Hey guys, it's Headlights here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get sub 10 on 2x2. Well, a lot of people have asked me how I'm so fast at 2x2, so I thought I might as well show all my secrets and a complete tutorial to CFOP along with this video and all my tips and tricks. Some of these tricks are known and some that I've came up with. So yeah, let's get on with this and see how it all goes. What 2x2 do you get? I would recommend staying away from a budget cube, even though any cube will work with this. The Joytown cubes are especially no-no. If you want a budget cube, get a QE, but we'll talk more on that later. For Rubik's brand, I would say if you got the money, why? But also, I'd say get a GAN, but if you truly want a 2x2, get one. And if it's QE, of course you want it. So get it. It's a good budget cube. And yeah, along with that, so on and so forth. And for GAN, you want the GAN 251 M Pro. It's a good cube. Yeah. It's what most cubers use for competitions at 2x2, and I'd recommend it. And a lot more. It has good turning, and it's used a lot. Yeah, that's the GAN 251 M Pro. A lot of people are annoyed because I don't use a specific color as a base color, but I use many different colors. I use the most soft one, and now I'm going to teach you guys exactly how I do that, what other things I look for in inspection time, the best and optional cases, and I'm going to show you those now. Top priority is when you have one easy insert corner and a 3-block case. That's your best shot. Next up is when you have an easy insert into a 3-block case or a 3-block case. So yeah. On a 2-block case, you're just looking for which color is easier to go in on the 2 blocks, which is pretty easy. Next up is a 1-turn into a 2-block case, and that's a nice one. Next up is a 2-turn or into a diagonal case like this with the opposite sides or the same side, but I will show you how to put it in if it's on opposite sides. Anything after that, you just go for the white base. After you're done inspecting order of layers, you now want to look for what pieces go in next, and you want to memorize what color is your top layer. To prove this more, I'm going to do this scramble without inspection and one with inspection. We're going to see which one is faster. So here we go. This is me with inspection. And this is me without inspection. With inspection, I got 6.76 seconds, and without it, I got 13.15. Difference night and day. You want to solve the base with the least amount of moves, and therefore there's a few special cases, but other than that, you use beginner's method. Your first special case is when this diagonal can be solved if it was moved over there. And what you do is you rotate. So the right diagonal is facing up, and then you do the moves R, U, R prime, and it's solved. Next up is when you have 2 in place, but the other 2 are not in place. And what you do is you do a J-perm, and that will be taught later in the video. So stick around as that will be taught on the top layer of PLL. The only other case is when none of them are touching, and then when you do that, you want to do an R2, D2, R2, and then it's solved. If you don't already know, OLL stands for your orientation of last layer, and your goal is to just get all of the top layer to be facing upwards First up, we got double headlights, and bear with me because these algorithms are really, really, really long. So we're going to start with a R, U prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. And that will get you your top layer. You use this when both sides are lined up with the top layer facing towards you. So yeah, and then you start with one of those facing towards you. For your finger pattern, you want to do right flick with your left finger, flicking it twice. Bring that down with your wrist. Bring that back up with your wrist. Flick with your right pointer finger. Bring it down with your wrist. Flick it back with your left pointer finger. Bring that up with your wrist. Flick it with your left pointer finger and bring it down with your wrist. Next case, we got regular headlights, and you do it when those two up there are in place and those two right there are facing together. And what you want to do is you want to start with that block right there, and you go R, 2, D prime, like that, R, U2, R prime, D, R, U2, R. Finger tricks, you're going to flick it with your wrist twice, flick it with your ring finger, right ring finger, flick it up with your wrist again, use your left pointer finger to throw it 2 times, bring it back down with your wrist, use your left ring finger to push it back, bring it up with your right wrist, use your left pointer finger to flick it twice, and bring it back up with your wrist. And this one's pretty simple, so it's R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. E case is used when you're in headlight pattern, but instead of them pointing towards each other, they point in the opposite sides of each other, and you want to start with this corner right here, which is just the corner to the right of them, and then you want to flick it up with your right wrist, flick it with your right index finger, flick it down with your right wrist, flick it back with your left index finger, flick it down with your wrist, flick it this way with your right index finger, bring this up with your wrist, and bring it down back with your left index finger. Fish shape, or the big lightning bolt, and if the dot's facing here while this one's facing up, so if it's on the left side, you do the left, and if it's on the right side, you do the right. But I'll show you the left first, and it's L, U prime, L prime, U prime, L, U2, L prime. The other side, it's R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Fused with the finger tricks, and here I'll show you them. So the first one is you flick your left wrist, flick it with your left index finger, flick it down with your wrist, and this is where most people don't get it, is you flick it with your right index finger, flick it back up with your wrist, flick it twice with your left index finger and bring it down. And for the other side, you flick it up with your right wrist, you flick it again with your right index finger on the top layer, flick it down with your right wrist, flick it again with your left index finger, flick it up with your right wrist, right index finger twice, and right wrist down. Next up, we got the wheel, which is one where you have two facing like the double headlights, but you got two facing the opposite way. And you're going to start with one of the opposite ways facing towards you on the right side. And then you're going to do R, U2, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, R2, U2, R. You're going to flick it up with your index finger, rotate it left 2 times with your left index finger, rotate it 2 times again with your bottom index finger, rotate it once with your left index finger, rotate it twice again with your right index finger, rotate it once with your left index finger, rotate it twice with your right index finger, rotate it twice with your left index finger, and rotate it once again with your right index finger. That's a lot of index fingers. Last OLL case is the Sidewinder, and this one is when you have these two diagonally, and you want to solve it when this dot right here is facing forward at you, and you always want it on the right side. So we're going to start with F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R. The finger trick, the Sidewinder, we're going to flick it with our left index finger, rotate our right wrist, flick it with your right index finger, rotate it back down with your right wrist, flick it again with your left index finger, rotate it down with your right wrist, flick it again with your right index finger, forward, flick it up twice with your wrist, and then flick it up once with your wrist. So yeah. Like I've been telling you, I would teach you, and the J-perm solves when there's 2 colors solved and the other 2 in the wrong place. When all of them are solved on top, what you do is you go R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime. Wait, there's more. That's only what you do if the closer side of the non-solved ones is the right, but if the closer one is your left, you want to do L prime, U prime, L, F, L prime, U prime, L, U, L, F prime, L2, U, L, U. You just bring it up with your wrist, flick it the way it's supposed to go with your index finger, bring it down, flick it with your other index finger on the other side, bring it up with your wrist, bring it with your index finger facing towards the algorithm, bring it down with your wrist, flick it with your other index finger, bring it down with your wrist, bring it with the index finger towards the start of your algorithm, flip it right with your wrist twice, bring it with your other index finger and bring it back down. And I set it that way so you could mimic it on both sides. And finally, we have the Y-perm, and for this one, we start with a F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. And the finger tricks are just like how I showed you there. So it's flick with index fingers like so. It's pretty simple once you learn finger tricks. If you want to learn finger tricks, wait till go watch some stuff on it, and see you next time, and make sure to subscribe.